my name's Micah, part-time gamer dad. I got a map piece, and now I want more. So I need to stop off in the Fat City Library to get things started. You see, the next one involves a little bit of treasure hunting, and I'm going to get a leg up on it here. We need to go ahead and use the card catalog because we need to start looking up shipwrecks. And of course, it's not going to make it easy on us. So shipwrecks, sea disaster, back down to disaster. Which, by the way, if no one has ever seen a card catalog before, then ask your parents about it. If this looks familiar to you, then it's time to schedule your colonoscopy. This was prevalent before, you know, all library systems became computerized. This was 1991, for Christ's sake. So card catalogs were still the norm in trying to hunt down a particular title. CD, dogs, you actually had to go through like a physical drawer of cards to find the book that you're looking for. Here we go. Disaster, Great Shipwrecks of Our Century from the Lime Life Disaster series.
Great Shipwrecks of Our Century. I'll have to remember that.
Okay, great. I have had it with this card catalog. Get familiar with that view too, because we're going to be coming back to the card catalog more than a couple of times in the course of this game. So let's go ahead and get the book. You'll see why I need the book here in just a minute. So just, you know, let the process play out.
This time?
I want to get a book from you.
I'm looking for a book.
What book are you looking for?
Great Shipwrecks of Our
Do you
Century.
have Great Shipwrecks of Our Century?
Yoink, there it is. I think it's randomized every time she goes to a different pile. Thank you.
Else?
No, I won't be needing any more books just now.
Remember, silence is golden.
I will give you all kinds of silence by leaving the place now. Okay, cool. We have the book that we need. Let's go ahead and look at it real quick like.
Great Shipwrecks of Our Century. Says here, the Mad Monkey sank at 35 north, 85 west.
3585, that's easy to remember. Okay, so what are those coordinates all about? Well, it's pretty important because you see, the antiques dealer back on Booty Island really likes old shipwrecks, so we're gonna find him one. The first thing we gotta do is go talk to Captain Kate. If you'll recall, whenever I beat the spitting contest, I got 6,000 pieces of 8 by selling my prize to the antiques dealer. And it just so happens that that is the exact amount of money that Captain Kate needs in order to charter her ship. So let's talk to the woman. Hi, I'm interested.
I'm interested in chartering a ship.
Great. My fee is 6,000 pieces of 8.
Oh, right. Don't you think that's a bit
Do
high?
you think 6,000 pieces of 8 is a bit high?
No, I don't.
Fucking queen. Like, she knows what she's worth. Good for her. Okay, I'll pay.
I'll pay you the 6,000 pieces of 8.
You've chartered yourself a ship. My name's Kate Capsize. I'll be your captain.
Hi, Kate. My name's Guybrush. I'll be your passenger. Yeah, let's blow this popsicle stand.
Have you got a course planned or anything?
What do I look like? Some guy who doesn't have a course planned? What was the number? The coordinates. 3585, right? Here we go. We got to point it out on the map. There's 85. 36. 35. Hey, just northeast of Booty. There she blows.
Well, here we are. What now?
Okay, well, if there's a shipwreck down there, we got to be able to dive in and go find it, but we don't have any sort of diving apparatus. But lucky for me, Guybrush has a secret ability.
I'll dive in and look for the sunken galleon.
Are you sure you can swim?
Hey, I can hold my breath for 10 minutes.
Hell yeah! Curse Ploosh! And down, and down, and down we go. Now, the cool thing is that in case you happen to misclick or you don't know what you're doing, Captain Kate has a, you know, use my boat until you get treasure policy, so you don't have to pay 6,000 pieces of 8 over and over. And I'd skip through this, but the animation is just too fun. Also, I love the music. They brought this particular tune back for a very similar situation in Monkey Island 3, now that I think about it. I was like, that sounds really familiar. Where do I know that from? There it is right there, the Mad Monkey herself. So a couple of fun little things down here is that you can kind of swim freely as you just like float about the shipwreck, although the area isn't super huge. What we're really here for is the figurehead. So let's pick that sucker up. Yoink. Hop. Stuff it on in there, Guybrush. The running gag, of course, being that he has like hammer space in his coat, right? Like, well, we had a dog in there in the last episode, for God's sake. Cool little attention to detail. You can't swim anymore because the monkey head is weighing you down. And If I remember correctly, you know, he said he can hold your breath for 10 minutes. There's not a timer counting down, but if you sit here for 10 minutes, Guybrush will immediately surface because he starts running out of breath. But we won't do that today. All we need to do is just go ahead and pull on the anchor rope, and Kate will haul us back aboard. Yep. Can't imagine what the pressure must be like down there.
Well, let's head back to Booty Island.
It's so disappointed.
Well,
I got the thing.
congratulations on your find,
Back to
Guybrush.
land.
Be sure and tell any friends you might have about capsized charters. See you around the turnpike.
All right, thanks, Kate.
See the world.
You won't in any way grow to hate me as the game progresses, so let's just leave the relationship here. Oh, weird ass, I have something for you. Let's look at this thing.
What a valuable antique.
Oh, there's a clue right there. All right, give the monkey head to weird ass. Kathunk.
Figurehead from the Mad Monkey.
Why, you've got a fine eye, sir.
6 million pieces of 8.
6 million.
I'm a bit short on the cash right now. I'll give you this big whoop map piece for it.
Okay, we'll take
The
it.
map piece.
It's yours.
Thank you very
Now I got
much.
2 map sections.
Okay, that's the second map piece. Done and done. That's it. No chasing around seagulls, no having to fish it up off of a cliffside. Admittedly, the 2 puzzles you needed to solve this were pretty bonkers, one of them being solving the spit contest. The other one, honestly, if you didn't know what to do, it would take a lot of noodling to get through. Like, they're just so off the wall. Now, 2 down, 2 to go. The remaining 2 are easily some of the craziest, and I'm gonna save the craziest for last. So right now, we're gonna head back over to Fat Island and get the least crazy of the 2. But first, a little cutscene after we pick our destination. Kaboop!
Once again.
Once again! Meanwhile, in LeChuck's lair.
LeChuck, sir, I just wanted to report that we have finished building the new torture chamber you requested.
Very good. Do you have anything
voice.
else to report?
No. Well, there is one other small little thing.
I assume this has to do with Guybrush's capture?
Well,
Kinda.
You've allowed him to find the second map piece, haven't you?
Nothing gets by his
You
zombified
fool.
brain.
You ought to ready your ship and sail after him yourself. Find him, or die.
That does sort of put the matter in perspective. Very, very easy. Now, there's one place on Fat Island that we haven't really visited yet, and that is the scenic and beautiful waterfall. So pardon me while I do a little bit of fast traveling.
Oh, qué bonita.
Very picturesque.
Extremely picturesque. They really put some effort into animating those pixels. Not much we can do down here right now, so let's go ahead and climb up to the very tippy top, because nothing that beautiful could be natural. And sure enough, there's a pump up here. Make sure the water gets up on top so it can turn into a waterfall. Look at the pump.
What's this doing in a pirate game?
That is an excellent question, Guybrush. Can we use the pump? With the...
It may be old, but it's still shiny and sharp.
Fair enough. So the joke here is that if we turn off the water, maybe we'll find something. And even back in 1991, everyone knew that there's always a secret behind the waterfall in any video game whatsoever. Monkey Island 2, no exception. Now, in order to turn off the pump, we're gonna need tools, like some kind of wrench. There's no wrench to get in the game, so what we're going to use is a monkey wrench instead. Let's use the monkey we stole from the bar with the pump. And just behold the magic. The problem is that all the monkeys are metric. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And there we go. Just like that, the waterfall has been turned off. That's the only thing to do up here. Would you look at that? There's a gaping hole right underneath. Let's hop on in and see where that takes us. God, this game is so silly. Look at that, there's a maintenance tunnel on the island. Now you may be wondering, why are they forcing you to go through 3 screens of the maintenance tunnel? Couldn't they just like cut to the destination? The maintenance tunnels here are shockingly important, believe it or not. And I will get to that in a separate episode, a few episodes from now. I have an answer for that, but I don't want to spoil it quite yet. Just keep that in the back of your mind. But there is a nice little cottage. We've seen that on the map, but we haven't been able to access it because we didn't have the access tunnels unlocked. So here we are, some weird ass old cottage. Let's take a look.
Nice window.
Yeah, all very nice. Open her up. And in we go. And it's inhabited by this old cuss. Hi, who are you?
I'm looking for a map.
I knew it.
Look, kid.
I'm sick of you would-be treasure hunters coming over here. I just inherited this house 2 months ago. Every single day, all I've heard is rap, tap, tap. Do you have a treasure here? Why can't you people just go away and leave a retired pirate in peace?
You need a belt, sir, or maybe some better-fitting pants. Please?
No.
Pretty please?
I said no.
I won't touch anything.
Leave me alone.
All right, so the guy's not being, convinced in any way, shape, or form. So when flattery doesn't work, we switch to violence.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
So, you want a sword fight, do you? Sword fighting's for wimps, weenies, and sissies.
All three of them.
Giving up so easily? Wow, this game's a cinch.
I have a better way to solve a dispute. Real pirates solve their differences with a drinking contest.
Equally healthy.
Contest?
Come on in. I'll get us set up.
Okay, so I'm gonna let this play out just so we can kind of see what it is we're dealing with
Just
here.
for contests. Twice the alcohol, twice the calories.
They're half empty.
Look
I
at,
haven't
here we go.
wasted.
You don't have a
Here's
lot
your
of time to set up here, but there is something you gotta do.
From what I'm
Look
nobody
at
can drink the
mirror
special
frame.
contest grog.
Let's pick
without
this up real
feeling
quick.
Faint.
I don't want an empty frame.
Oh, okay.
But I've been
But we do want an
practicing.
empty frame.
You know, most of the
That's right, we don't
treasure
want the
hunters
empty
leave
frame,
when
but
I
it is
ask
for
them
something.
to. But you're persistent. It'll get you places in life, boy.
Okay.
But it won't get you into my house.
Man, what kind of dialogue do they have to like
Sure you
improvise
don't
on all
wanna
of this?
back out?
The only reason I'm playing this is because something absolutely hysterical happens whenever Guybrush drinks, so let's just
You
watch
drink
it.
first.
All right, skull. Glug, glug, glug. Flop. Oh, that'll put hair on your chest. Typical. Guybrush is a bit of a lightweight.
Oh, my head.
Man, he got drunk, passed out, and had a hangover all in a matter of minutes. That is some Wolverine-style healing factor. Okay, now let's go ahead and do this for real. Fast travel back with me, and we'll get the whole process started back up again. So the unfair part is that the guy didn't even drink his, so we need to make sure he
Let's
takes his
get this
medicine.
over with.
Round
Come on
two,
in.
fight!
I'll get us set up.
All right, look at tree.
Excuse the boxes. I haven't had time to put them all away.
Looks like a tree to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a very
If you wanna
healthy
get
tree.
through with this, here's your drink.
All right, here we go. He takes a lot longer to get his drink set up, so we'll use that to our advantage. Pick up Mug of Grog.
Makes your lips pucker.
Use Mug of Grog with tree. We gotta dump this garbage out.
My buddies and I drank it faster
All right,
than
use
we could open
the near grog that we stole from Captain Kate
Then
with the
I
Mug of
came to
Grog,
my senses.
because this stuff doesn't have any
You don't
alcohol in
wanna
it, you'll
back
recall.
No, thanks.
There we
I'm on my
go.
own.
Did it just in time. First try.
You drink first.
Here we go. Now that we've doctored our drink, let's see how this goes down.
Now it's your turn.
Delicious and refreshing. Glug, 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 glug. He's got like some restless leg syndrome. Okay, so we don't get as wild a take with him, but we win! Woo, boy. We can't even mess with his body. So he's out. He's not gonna wake back up ever. So now we have free run of the joint. And would you know it, there's a trap door right there.
Just like the trapdoor I had when I was a kid.
Ah, memories. Now there's a number of bricks. Now you'll notice that the cursor doesn't differentiate between which brick it hovers over, but each brick is independently coded. So you make the trapdoor open by pressing a brick, but the one that you press is important. So check this out. Push brick. We'll just push one at random. 2 wild takes. So there we go. We slide down into the basement and we can see a skeleton holding the map piece, right? That's one of Governor Marley's grandfather's crew. He lived on this and brewed grog until he mysteriously vanished, right? Well, it turns out he died in the bathtub while clutching his map piece, like you do. So now we just need to be able to identify which brick we need to press. And I just remembered how to go about doing that. I'm missing a piece. Bear with me, I need to do a little bit more fast traveling. We gotta go back to Booty Island. And we're back. So the only mirror that I am familiar with, because we need a mirror, is the one that this parrot happens to be in love with. Now, there was a sign hanging on this hook that I went ahead and bought for like 5 gold or something like that. And we need to entice the parrot away from the mirror. And we do that by using something we picked up in like the 2nd episode, the parrot chow, and we hang that on the hook. And wouldn't you know it, the parrot really likes that better. So now we can pick up the mirror.
I'd like to buy this mirror.
Alrighty. That'll be 15 pieces of 8.
Always on the lookout for a sale.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yoink!
Thank you.
Okay, mirror in place. Now get ready for like one of the strangest puzzle solutions we've seen in this game so far. Back to the house on Fat Island we go. But I was feeling a little froggy, so I thought I'd look at the mirror before using it to see if anything crazy happened, like a hidden dialogue option, and check this out.
That is a nice looking beer.
They must have messed up a little bit. The dialogue doesn't match the printed dialogue on the screen.
That is a nice looking beard.
It is a nice looking beard, and he should feel pretty, but yeah, odd little bug. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, off we go. All right, we're back. So this was another trial and error puzzle that I remember trying to solve as a kid, and it has to do with this grotesque statue of a gorilla that's outside the house, which seems extremely out of place.
It's a grotesque monkey statue.
That it is. Now, do you remember the telescope we picked up in the last episode? Let's go ahead and use that here. Now, there's no indication that the sun will actually shine into the telescope, but if you just do it, then you can see that happen. Now, the sunbeam shot right in, and let's see where it went. And the answer is nowhere because the shutter was still closed. So let's go ahead and open that up. You can see like the little black mark on there. It's hard to tell, but let's open up the window shutter. Bam. And then use the telescope again. This is all very educational. Stick with me. One more time. Click. Beam goes in. Shines directly where the mirror ought to go. So we need to play bounce the light beam around a little bit. So into the house we go, use the mirror with the mirror frame, very strategically placed, back out, and then use the telescope with the statue one last time. In we go, bounce off the mirror, and then onto a very specific brick. That should be it. All right, and we can see it. There's a little black spot on that brick right there. So if we push that particular brick, watch the magic happen. One more wild take. Only this time, the slide is tilted off to the right. And we can peruse the basement freely.
Looks like he died while taking a bath.
What a way to go. All we gotta do now is just yank that map piece.
Makes 3 map pieces.
That's
Only
3,
one to go.
baby! Again, kind of an unhinged puzzle, but really easy if you know what it is that you're doing. Not a lot of back and forth involved, not very time consuming. It's the last one that's going to make me tear my hair out. We'll be able to get it started, but I'll probably have to finish it in a second episode. So let's go ahead and get things moving here. Oh, I didn't want to go to the cottage. Shoot. Hang on. Okay, so to find the last map piece, we actually have to go back to Scab to get a few things started. So let's click on that and let the little cutscene play out.
Deep within LeChuck's fortress, blah, 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 blah.
God, what a voice. That is a huge door.
Largo,
Yeah.
Hey, LeChuck, what's up, buddy?
Called for me?
is it true that Guybrush Threepwood has found the 3rd piece of the map to Big Whoop?
Man, they got eyes everywhere.
Yes, sir. I was about.
Why did you not come and tell me yourself?
Well.
You
I
did
was
kind of
trying
threaten to
confirm
kill me
that
the
he
last
really-
time.
Largo, you have been my trusted henchman for many years, but I won't hesitate to drag your entrails from behind my ship if you do not bring me Guybrush before he finds that treasure.
You could hear Earl Bowen back away from the mic before hitting that volume, right? Otherwise, the mic would have completely pinged out. What a professional. Why am I on Scab Island again? Oh yeah, so I think it bears reviewing kind of some of the history of this whole treasure quest that we're doing to begin with. And to do that, let's take a look at Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth,
Big
a
Whoop,
second
Unclaimed
time.
Bonanza or myth? This is fascinating.
All right, here we go.
It says here there were 4 pirates. Rapscallion, the cook.
Whom we
Young
have not
Lindy,
met
the
yet.
cabin boy,
Young
Mr.
Lindy,
Rogers, the first mate,
Mr. Rogers,
and Captain... Good heavens.
and Captain Marley.
Wonder if there's any relation.
Those are the 3 guys whose map pieces we have.
Plenty of booby traps on a place believed to be called Inky Island. They made a map which they divided into 4 pieces, each man taking one. Rapscallion later opened the Steam and Weenie Hut on Scab Island.
That's why
It was
we're
a
here.
huge success, but fell into disrepair after Rap was killed in a flash fire. Young Lindy drifted aimlessly, down on his luck until he mysteriously came into money while panhandling on Booty Island. He used the cash to bankroll an advertising firm which failed after its gross mishandling of the Gangrene and Honey account.
And his
Mr.
map
Rogers
piece wound up in
retired
the
off
antique
coast of
shop.
That island. He marketed homemade contest grog brewed in a bathtub until his recent disappearance.
Whom we
Captain
just
Marley
met.
vanished while sailing in the America's Cup race. His boat was leading at the time.
But his map piece was safely in his mansion, which we just stole from our ex-girlfriend Elaine. So the only clues we have here is that Rapscallion had a business on Scab Island, and then he died in a fire. So if the map piece is going to be anywhere, it's going to be related to the places that he haunted. And here is the Steam and Weenie Hut right here on the beach. Matter of fact, we can look at the sign.
Steam and Weenies, 20 feet.
All right, so this is the only other place on Scab Island that we haven't really tried to visit, or at least the prominent one, so let's try going in.
This door appears to be locked.
All right, so we could be a mighty He-Man pirate and try to kick the door down, but there are more guileful ways of doing this. Bear with me, and I'll show you exactly what's happening here. Okay, we're back in the cemetery. We haven't been here for a while, but you can go through and read every single one of these headstones, and they'll give you more or less information about who's buried where, but none of them say anything about Rapscallion. And so if Rap was on his own and he died in an accident, he probably didn't have any loved ones who would be able to get a headstone for him. So fortunately, we have some catch-all options here, like this little building right here.
It's locked shut with a big rusty lock. Stan's Cozy Crypts, a place to spend eternity, not a fortune.
And it just so happens we know where Stan does business, so a little more fast travel. This one's gonna be a lot of back and forth, so here we go. Let's go back to Booty Island and see if we can get some more information out of Stan.
Well,
Here we are, and here's the man. And there is a very prominent key hanging on a hook right there in the background.
Eventually.
Hey, so here's the deal. We gotta get Stan out of the way because he will not leave us alone while we're in the shop. So I can't just walk up and take the key. It doesn't even give the option to explore the room, so we gotta incapacitate him somehow. And ever the salesman, there's a good way to do this. I am looking for a good used coffin.
I'm looking for a good used coffin.
Amazing. When you first walked in here, I said, now there's a guy who needs a good used coffin.
Sure he did.
There happens to be an excellent deal right behind you. Let's go take a look-see. Now this here is the Cadillac of coffins. Look at all that.
The funeral industry, by the way, is just a blood-sucking leech on society.
Himself. Here, let me get in and show you.
There we go.
Yes,
Yep, he
a man
fits.
can really
So,
rest
you remember
in
the
peace
hammer and nails that I
comfort
stole
with
from the
one leg.
woodsmith the other day?
Why should a man's
That's where this
coffin
comes in
be
handy.
Smaller than his bunk at sea.
Sure. Try out the lid operation. It's just as roomy closed.
Can I show
But you only have
anything
like a
else?
set amount of time to get this taken care of, so he needs to show it to me again. Now that I'm done flapping my yapper and explaining the situation, watch a master gamer at work.
Could you show me that coffin again?
What an excellent idea. I could spend a lot of time in a coffin like this.
Look at how freely I can wiggle my toes. I hear you knocking up there. That's solid oak you're hearing.
There we go.
Yes,
There's Stan
good
taken
idea.
care of. Now we can grab the
I
key
think the lid's
and we
stuck.
can be on our way.
Excuse
But
me,
first,
friend.
let's kind of
Did you
fuck with
say
him a little bit.
The clasp is closed on this thing. I seem to be stuck. Be there in a minute.
Be there in a minute.
Is anybody out there?
Sorry,
Are
buddy.
you still out
I
there?
can't let you out. I'm on a quest.
Hello?
And that is how we see the last of Stan in this game. We don't have to deal with him anymore. We leave him shut up in a coffin by our own hand.
See
But
the world.
at least we have a key to the crypt.
Check it out.
And here we are, presented with a number of coffins, some of them not really in great states of repair. Stan, yeah, he's a big fan of cutting corners, so let's kind of take a look around a little bit here.
Talk about your slipshod internments.
Yeah, talk about him indeed. Talk about him all day. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coffins, so surely one of them should give us a clue as to who's in there, right? Let's look.
It's inscribed with a quote. Happiness is a warm manatee.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, I think that just hit a little bit different now that I'm a grown-up. I always thought that was just a random quote when I was a kid, but that does sort of... If these are all pirates, that does sort of imply that someone was fucking a manatee. Ew, I don't like that.
Kiss me, I've got scurvy.
Arrgh.
Violets are blue, roses are red. We're coming aboard. Prepare to eat lead.
And finally...
Mouthwash. We don't need no stinking mouthwash.
So we don't have names on the coffins. We just have a number of quotations. And so we need to be able to pin the quotations to who said them. And believe it or not, there's a book that gives us instructions on how to do that. Now I'm going to save a little bit of time in this playthrough. Naturally, we would want to go to the Fat City Library to look up some famous pirate quotations. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do, but it turns out that the book has been checked out by none other than Governor Fat. So it is back to Fat Island. We need to go talk to the good governor. Back in the man's room, and it may seem like a bad idea to be here because, you know, he did throw us in jail and threatened to sell us to LeChuck the last time we spoke, but fortunately for us, he happens to be asleep. Now, the book we need is right there, Famous Pirate Quotations. Now, I said the last time we were here that we actually needed to tickle his feet, but I was getting that confused with, with a Monkey Island 1 puzzle solution, so that's not actually what we're supposed to do, but it is lovingly self-referential because this is LucasArts after all. We don't need the Shipwrecks of Our Century book anymore, so we're going to take a page out of Indiana Jones's playbook and swap them out, like so. And there we go. And we need never visit Governor Fat ever again. Let's take a look. Famous pirate quotations.
Famous pirate quotations. Happiness is a warm manatee. Barney Gout.
No.
Kiss me, I've got scurvy. Fester Leech.
No.
Arrgh. Old Skunk Eye.
No.
Violets are blue, roses are red. We're coming aboard. Prepare to eat lead. Commander Buttonhead.
No.
Mouthwash. We don't need no stinking mouthwash. Rapscallion.
Bold words for a guy who purveys glizzies. All right, we got what we need. We know where Rapscallion lives. Let's head back to the graveyard. Trust me, we are not done going back and forth yet, not even by a long shot. There is so much of it involved in this one. Back at it in the crypt, and if I remember correctly, this is the coffin we need.
Mouthwash. We don't need no stinking mouthwash.
So at long last, we have found the final resting place of the last map piece that we need. All we have to do is open the coffin and take what's ours. Oh.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da, shoo-be-doo-wah, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.